As you get older, you realize you're not going to hit a home run every at bat. You're not always going to knock it out of the park. What does that mean? Well, when we're younger, we live for extreme moments of success. When we're younger, physically and sometimes just younger mentally, we haven't fully matured, we dream of hitting the lottery. We dream of marrying a perfect person. We dream of a perfect house. We dream of extreme high points, home runs. But as we get older, if we accept the reality of life without becoming bitter and we do the work, we want to build sustainable success. See, even that word itself, sustainable, it's boring, okay? People don't like it. It's a word you don't really hear till you get older, sustainable. And sustainability in your finances, in your health, in your career, in your life development, okay? That's what we're talking about here. What do you go to therapy for? So you can get the tools to develop yourself. What do you go to church for? So you could get spiritual tools to develop yourself. What do you do anything for? What do you go to the gym for to develop yourself? So to develop yourself, it doesn't mean you max out the weights every time, especially as you get older. That's not possible. You can't hit the lottery every day. It's not possible. Your investments can't double every year. It's impossible. So what are we talking about? We're talking about sustainable success. And the way to get that, especially this is as you get older, okay, and you start to plateau on some of your extreme leaps of growth. You know, like when you're 12, you may have a growth spurt, or 15, you grow a few inches, right? But once you're 25, you're physically fully developed. So what you're trying to do is sustain what you've developed, okay? And this is the key thing. It's through consistency. How do you sustain your career? Keep showing up. You, in your younger days in your career, you may have a long weekend and party and you don't show up on Mondays, okay? But as you get in your 30s and 40s, you want to be more consistent. In your younger years, you may spend a lot of money gambling or risky investments. So what you want to do is you want to learn, to have an emergency fund, put some money in risk, but a lot more money in stability. Why? Sustainable consistency. What you want to learn through your health habits is you don't want to go on extreme fasting and extreme diets as a sustainable thing. It may be for a period of time, but you want to develop a healthy eating lifestyle so you don't need cheat days. You don't want cheat days. That's extreme. And you want to develop daily walks after you eat. In your relationships, you don't want to always try to pick you don't want to just go just by looks, okay? Because what you realize is looks are not going to sustain, but you don't want to just settle for butt ugly people. What you want to do is work on yourself. Because what you realize is if you sustain your emotional well-being by yourself, then you're able to deal with life without having to deal with getting on someone else's nerves and vice versa. And same thing with an emotional support dog. You may need a dog for a season of your life, but then you may need to go through a season when you don't have a dog anymore to develop yourself, to walk yourself. Now you don't need a dog to walk you. There was a season of my life, a dog helped you get outside and walk. But then you got to learn to walk yourself. And, that's the message. The message is you get sometimes big leaps forward, but you also get beat down. You also take big steps back. And then what you realize as you get older is you need to build sustainable, consistent habits in your life, in your career, in your finances, in your emotional well-being, in your relationships, consistency. Still have fun, still be a dreamer, but slowly but surely try to build consistency more than build this big hit or miss idea, okay? And that's the message in this video. Under 5 minutes, consistency builds sustainable well-being, physically, financially, emotionally, mentally. Sustainable ways of living, sustainable living situations, sustainable relationships, all through consistent good behavior. And of course, you fall, you get back up. But it's just, you're not going to hit a home run every day. And if you live your life like you're waiting to hit a home run, you're going to suffer, because most of life is failure. In the baseball, someone goes to the Hall of Fame if they hit 30 or 40%, if they bat 300 or 400, almost impossible. So that means they're going to fail more than they succeed. They're going to strike out or fly out. They're going to not get a hit 60 to 70% of the time is failure. So you better figure out in life how to sustain through the ups and downs. And you need the grace of God, because at any moment you could be broken. And when you're broken, sometimes you do curse God. But you try to keep the faith as best you can, okay? Either way, I hope this video helped. Be consistent in your YouTube. Be consistent in your side hustle. Be consistent in your main hustle. Why? If you look back at your life and you see a track record of inconsistency, your finances, your health, your life will reflect that. Because inconsistency is the key ingredient for long-term failure. Consistency is the key ingredient for sustainable success. See you in the next video.